Shalom, welcome to Hebraic Awakening, and today we are going to talk about how separation brings about unity and how two things that are good, when they are placed together at the wrong place at the wrong time, it can become dysfunctional. We currently, if you're watching this video now, we are in the Omar count, and we have been counting and reflecting ever since we came out of Pesach or Passover. And during my studies, especially for the second month, I found this passage and I wanted to understand what the Most High was saying. And so Genesis chapter 1, let's start with the waters, right? Because this is something I was like, well, what in the world does this mean according to the second month, the house, family, unity, and so forth? So, chapter 1, verse 6, and Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So we see that the Most High has something that is good and functional like water, but he wants to separate the waters because you have the heavenly waters and you have the earthly waters jumbled up together. Verse 7, and Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. So now he is dividing them, right? He's dividing them because right now, water to water in this instance is dysfunctional. So now that they are becoming functional, he is going to name it and give it its function. And Elohim called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. He goes on, and Elohim said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, showing unity, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. We got another function going on. We have the earthly waters, and they are making room for the dry land. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of these specific waters called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. Wait a minute. So now he is placing the appropriate function on this specific water, which is divided up, and now the dry land can appear. Verse 11, and Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So we see that he begins to call things good after he finishes dividing and separating. So it got me to really thinking and to meditate on these specific scriptures. You have waters, that needed to be divided and separated so that it could function. Because two of these same things, they're waters. They're supposed to mirror and reflect one another, right? But together, right, like they were dysfunctional. So he had to separate it so that they can mirror and reflect one another. Just like the sun and the moon reflects the sun light, right? And so when we think about unity, all right, it is separate, divided units that should mirror one another, and you come together, right, in unity, right, to be whole, right, to be a unit. But inside this unit is the same quality of things, but they have separate functions. And this is the true definition of unity. And so, what I see and what I thought, okay, let me just do me. What I thought was that everybody just come together. It don't matter what you think and how you feel. As long as you say you believe, we going to come together and we going to unify. But that's not what the scriptures say. We're supposed to mirror and reflect one another. We're supposed to be divided in separate units because we have different callings, different giftings, different personalities. We look different, we speak different, but we have the same purpose. And what is the purpose of the waters? Right? To give life, because now that we're separate, something else can come up. And we saw that the land was able to use the water, what? To produce seed and yield fruit. I said, you know what, Most High, you a genius. You are a genius, okay? Like, you get us together if we just read our Torah. And that is what's missing in Israel, the understanding of Torah. We read, but we cannot read with the proper context because we don't really have teachers, right? And so we're just waking up, right? But we're not waking up and it's not going the way we thought it should go. But we're waking up. But we need to wake up. We need to repent and we need to be healed so that we can understand Torah. Because as long as we are not healed, and I'm going to stay on this until the Most High takes my last breath, until we are healed, we cannot see and discern the scriptures like we are supposed to. When you have trauma and you try to be a teacher and you don't try to get that trauma and that unhealed hurt, even from school. Let's say you got trauma from school and you didn't learn like you should have. You didn't learn how to study. All of that comes with you over into understanding the Bible. So now you got to be healed even in that, because now you're going to give bread to the masses that is incorrect. You're going to give moldy bread. You're going to give sour bread, right? And we don't want to do that. We don't want to give bread with sickness inside of it because we didn't get healed, because we can't see, right, what the scriptures is saying. So unity, this is what he means by unity. I don't know what we meant by unity, what I thought unity was, but he got me together in the first chapter of Torah. I didn't even have to look far. He said, this is what unity looks like. I hope this bit of information has helped y'all, because it sure has helped me. Until the next video, shalom, everyone.